Out there, obviously, a lot of cautions in the last closing laps.
Yeah, just kind of a product of the cars and the type of racing and the drivers and the willingness to wreck cars and not give a damn about it. So it's interesting, but it is what it is for Cup racing.
Were you happy with the track and the way it performed today for this race? There's a lot of talk about what might happen here.
Yeah, I mean, when you run good, yeah, you like the track. It was a little. You get frustrated at times when the balance swings rapidly with how the track's cleaning and not cleaning and how the PJ1s come in and coming out. But it's the same for everyone, and it's your job to work through it.
What about with the cooler temperature this year?
Yeah, I mean, didn't feel much cooler in the car, I can tell you that. And the race still looked the same, so I don't think it was a big deal.
What does this run say about the team performance so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of shows that we have good spirit and the culture's good. Putting yourselves in a position, we're not as fast as we want to be, and it's really frustrating to not have that speed. But that doesn't mean we're giving up, and this was a great example of that. We were 15th place car most of the day, maybe a little worse than that. And we just kept putting ourselves in position and racing hard and racing smart and making good calls on pit road and executing on pit road. We were able to put ourselves, in a top 5 and maybe a top 2 or 3 finish out of it. So I'm really proud of that.
At what point, because there were a lot of cautions today, at what point did the strategy, splits kind of really put you guys in a favorable position?
Towards the end of stage 2, we had a pretty good long run car, so we stayed out and we were able to hold some track position, and then we nailed the pit stops the next 2 times, and just all those kind of came together for us because we executed them.
You talked about pit stops, Brad, and it seems like that the nemesis for some leaders the last several laps. There's an issue with that. Is that just an anomaly, or is that going to happen every race?
I don't know. Knock on wood, we had great pit stops just today and most of the year. I've got a great pit crew, so I can really only speak from our vantage point. I don't know what's going on with everybody else.
What more did you need to get Chase at the end there?
A lot more speed. We had newer tires behind him there with about 20 to go. I ran him down, and he just drove away from me down the straightaways, so there's nothing I can do about that.
Do you feel like if the race stayed green the rest of the way, you had a shot at the win with Hamlin?
Possibly. Those guys were falling off, but they had so much speed down the straightaway. I don't know.